significant that that vision took place at 12 o'clock, midnight, in the dream, right? It occurred between 11 and 5, but you're saying the particular way in which you experienced it, that this was at 12. It was a north and south meridian, right? Very clear, right? It was clear, vivid, and beautiful. You have the way in which you can relate it with the three lines in the trigram. But now there's something curious. And your mind is giving you this image, and it's saying that you are puzzled about it. But in your talk about the way in which you see yourself presenting this, so far you don't anticipate anything puzzling about dealing with the material. Are we together?
Yes.
But it looks like your dream is holding up something and saying, excuse me, there's something puzzling going on here. The language is very interesting. You're dealing with the upper structure of these three works, the upper structure of these three works, perhaps, right? You're focused on the part that it's not the side of the heart, but as you called it, remember when you reflected on it, you said it could be the spiritual heart. Huh? Okay. But, see, you're approaching this with puzzlement. And we're sitting here saying, well, where's the puzzle? You're saying, I think I can handle the content of this dream. I think it represents what I may be dealing with in my everyday world. This is my world, where you're going to go before a group and talk about these three works. And I keep asking you are you working on any question? And you're not working on any question. Because you're working on the idea of return. Okay, would you agree that's called a correlation study? You just want to see how three works relate with this one idea. You're just looking for similarities and differences, aren't you? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. So that you're not driven with any question.
No.
You just want to make correlations between what exists in front of you. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I just want to understand, I'm not driven by questions.
Yeah. But you're not being driven by any puzzle, are you? No. Dream is doing something curious then. It's saying, wait a minute, there's something puzzling here. And you're fascinated by a skeleton, something dead, or however that goes. And you're focusing on the right-hand side of it, where the three ribs are. Do you mind if I try a curious question on it?
Sure.
Are these works bilingual?
Yes.
Are you working in bilingual texts?
Yes.
Is the right-hand side the English?
Yes.
Are you ignoring the left-hand side?
No, not ignoring it totally.
Pardon?
Not totally, no. I look at the left-hand side too.
Find any puzzles on the right-hand side that you're not looking at on the left-hand side?
Yes.
Good heavens, what are they? Could you mention a couple?
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a whole bunch of them actually.
Okay, go ahead.
there's the one that you gave me, where the relationship of what happens in the underworld, in the cave.
The land of the dead. Go ahead.
It's directly correlated with what happens in real life, in our world. And I found another one where after he describes the ideal state and he goes into the digression of the degeneration of the ideal state, he goes into this passage where he uses a lot of terminology that I puzzled over for a whole day, and I got everything that I could from other sources within the same subject, but I never translated it. I never went to make my own translation.
Ignoring the left-hand side.
Yeah. But I was real puzzled with it, and I found a lot of things curious in it.
How important do you think those things might be for your presentation, not to have resolved them in your own mind?
Well, that one wouldn't, for my presentation, it wouldn't matter.
Well, it matters to you personally.
But it matters to me, yes, a lot.
Could it enhance the talk if you were
Sure.
to?
Sure, because so far I've been reading and understanding pretty well. But when I got to that part, I was real puzzled.
See, Plato describes the allegory of the cave when he introduces it. He says, we must now talk about the training of the philosopher king as if we are taking a man from Hades to heaven. This is the underworld, the land of the dead. The allegory of the cave, one way of understanding it. Many references are made that way in the Republic. The reason I'm mentioning that, this is dead. Right? And you're fascinated by what you're finding on the right-hand side. You're saying that if you allow yourself to continue with dedication and the kind of work that you do, that would drive you over to the left side, and that will enhance the very work you're doing.
Yes.
Well, why aren't you doing the left-hand side? Why?
It's hard.
More, come on, it's hard.
And there's so much I want to read, and I feel like I want to get a whole view of it, and it's not that I'm not going to go to it. It's just that I want to finish the work, go through it.
To present it? Or what?
Hopefully, yes, eventually. Because there's a lot to be seen. I found some real beautiful things in there that I sure would love to show. But
the parts that puzzle you in the cave or the upper world?
In the cave.
It's getting closer, isn't it? If that's what the mind is doing. Right? Okay, you're dealing with the upper part, the structure, the inside structure. Right? Fascinated with the right part. Right? You recognize the other part, the left side, is very significant for you, but you would face a hard task. It's not essential to do it for this particular purpose, which is to give a report, but you know it would enhance it if you were to do so. You know exactly where to go to do it. All right?